Yo, and welcome back to another episode of Submarine Media. If you're new to the channel, go check out my channel trailer to learn what this channel is all about. If you've been to this channel before, I do not do reactions so much anymore. I will do reviews and reactions from time to time if I find something that's worth reacting to. But other than that, this is going to be more about my personal interest, which is music still, of course, forever and always, gear, and that includes synth, guitar pedals, things like that, as well as books and movies and just discussions, just whatever things that personally interest me and they may personally interest you. But check out the channel trailer to see what that's all about. Anyways, today what we'll be checking out is a pedal by one of my favorite pedal companies, Electro Harmonix, and that is the Attack Decay pedal. This is a reissue of a vintage pedal that I know runs upward, I think about $2,000. I'm not quite sure. I've seen a vintage one played on YouTube before. I'm kind of familiar with what it sounds like. As a person who plays synth, of course, the Attack Decay kind of sold me. This is marketed as a tape reverse simulator. I'm not quite sure how that's going to differ from, say, like a Memory Man or DD6 reverse option, but we're gonna find out. Anyways, the first part of this is gonna be me just unboxing the pedal and seeing what's in it. I'll put the timestamp in there if you want to skip that, and then of course we're just gonna jump in and see what this bad boy sounds like. If you're interested, I also got the Korg Volca drum, so if you want to see what that sounds like, leave a comment in the comment section, and I'm probably gonna do it anyways, but regardless, just let me know what you want to see in particular about that, if you have any questions or anything else. Also, same thing with this. I'll be dropping a couple of videos throughout the week of just me kind of experimenting with it. But let's jump in and see what's in the box and see what it sounds like. All right, so here we have the Attack Decay box. Of course, we don't need to go into too much detail with that. Ooh, your counter attack. All right, so here, it doesn't need any explanation. Alright, so first of all, this makes me very, very happy. I mean, I already have a daisy chain, but very rarely do pedals come with adapters. I mean, I've got like the Big Muff as far as Electro Harmonix goes, a Small Stone as well. Didn't come with adapters, and a variety of my other pedals did not come with adapters. So this just makes me really happy right out of the bat. Got that. Here's the beauty itself. It doesn't have that same, it's got that kind of new age Electro Harmonix look to it, where it's kind of just boxy. A lot of you, if you don't know what that looks like, you could just look it up, but I have one. I'll show you. It's a Big Muff or whatever, where they just kind of look like these huge, like, I don't know, it's really retro looking. It's really kind of cool, but this still, I like the design of that regardless. Let's open this. Oh, yes. Electro Harmonix sticker, and I'm definitely gonna, I don't know where to stick that. Just stick it on the record player or computer. I don't know where the hell I'm gonna put that. But it's awesome that I have it. Vacuum tube upgrade guide. That is awesome. I've never really thought about changing the tubes on my amps, but if I ever did, that would be something to look at. Boom. Alright. Got this out of the plastic. Alright, so volume blend, Attack Decay, high volume tone, Harmonix, which I've already seen a little bit of this. I think this is a fuzz that they've got built into that. Looks like it's got an expression pedal, so that's cool because I have an expression pedal, so I don't know. That'll probably be like a whole separate video of just playing with that. An effect, send and return. I've never had that in a pedal, so that's very interesting. I'm probably gonna have to play around with that and kind of figure out what I could do with that. And then of course your input and output. That is really, it looks like it's got some presets you can save here. Whew. Whew. Really excited about this bad boy. Let's see. Hefty little instruction manual. Let's see, 24 pages. So that'll be an interesting read. So yeah, that's fun. Alright, so that's just the unboxing of it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's go see what this bad boy sounds like. Gonna go through the settings here real quick. Okay, bypass, of course we know what that is. If you turn it on, the effect is on, you turn it off, it's gonna bypass the effect. This button here, when the pedal is on, engages the harmonic part, which is the fuzz for this. So you just need to tap it when the pedal is on and it'll engage that. This is also the way you save your presets. So if you have a setting here, of course, you're gonna hold it and it's gonna save to one of these 3 presets. The volume is how loud the effect of the pedal is. The blend is going to be how much of the you toggle between how much of the dry signal and how much of the effect signal. So of course, the blend being all the way up, you're going to get the effect of this pedal fully, and then of course toggling back counterclockwise, you're going to get more of the dry signal blended in with that, and you could do some cool textury things with that if that's what you wish to do. Now the attack and decay, if you play synth or you mess with sound, you might already know what this is, but I'm just going to say this for anybody who doesn't know what this is. You're going to hear me say this throughout the video, and that is for people who skip through the video like I would. You're going to just hear me say it over and over. Another thing you're going to hear me say over and over is nobody's here for my playing. For you guys who are like master sweep masters and you want to see something like that, or you professional licks, this is not the video. Not that I can't play, but this is more about showing you what it sounds like. So anyways, back to the attack and decay. The attack is how long it takes for the sound to reach its maximum volume. So with this all the way down, it's going to be as you would regularly play your guitar. It's just immediate, right? So the longer you set this, the more there's going to be a delay. So let me not confuse anyone who doesn't mess with sound. Not a delay like a delay pedal. I mean a delay like there's going to be a momentary pause before your sound activates. It's going to climb gradually to maximum volume, right? And if you set this all the way to maximum, it gets up to about 8 seconds. The shortest is going to be 4 milliseconds, okay? So, again, how long it takes to reach maximum volume. The decay is how long it starts to drop off, when it starts to drop off. So you could have it drop off immediately when it reaches maximum volume, or whatever volume you set it for, or maybe hang there a little bit. So of course, if you go back this way to the left, it's going to be more in a staccato fashion, really shorter notes, versus the longer you put this up, it's going to let you engage that whole 8 seconds that this would have. Okay, so that's that as far as those functions go. Hopefully I explained that. Now, this is the harmonic section. Like I said earlier, if you hit this, it engages the fuzz. I'm going to explain how you could do this in the video, but someone who bought this might just want to know this right out of the way, so I'm just going to say it now. If you turn the volume, it doesn't have to be all the way up, but I turn it all the way up and the blend all the way up. If you turn the attack all the way down and the decay all the way up so that the envelope is as if it's not engaging, right? And then you turn on the fuzz, it acts as a fuzz. Straight up, okay? And this is going to be how much saturation is going into your guitar signal, the tone, of course, and then we have the volume of the harmonics, the name of their fuzz in here. And that's really cool. Then, of course, you have your presets up in here, 1, 2, 3. You can save 3 presets. And then your sensitivity, that has to do with it being in mono mode. It's going to pretty much detect the input of the envelope. That's kind of hard to explain. How can I put this? It's going to be more easily to trigger a different envelope when you play it, that you set here. So I guess I can only explain that through playing, and you're going to see me explain that through playing. So I just wanted to give you the functions before I jump into that. So let's jump into playing. Alright, so first off, I'm playing a Fender Strat, straight through the pedal, straight to a Vox AC15 on the clean channel, nothing going in between that. I am going to make another video shortly that goes in depth about the send and return effects chain as well as the expression pedal. So if you want to see that, leave a comment in the comment section. I'm just going to go over a couple of things that I thought were cool about this pedal and how it sounds playing with it. Never have played with it before. So straight out of the gate, this is what my clean sound sounds like. Alright, right, nobody's here for my playing, so just letting you know what the clean sounds like. So one thing I noticed is straight out of the gate is you could use this as a boost pedal if you wanted, like say if you were to turn the volume on max and all the effects off. That's with it on. Right, pretty clean boost. I don't think it added too much gain to that at all. Maybe a little bit. Another thing is as well is that this acts as a fuzz pedal independently if you turn all the effects off as well, which is really awesome. I'm a fuzz fanatic, especially of the Big Muff. It is kind of reminiscent of that, but I'll have to say as a Big Muff owner that it is a tad bit different. So we're going to check that out. Alright, and this fuzz pedal can be used independently as well as a fuzz box. What I do for that is I turn the volume of the fuzz all the way up, the blend all the way up, the attack all the way down, and then the decay all the way up as well. Those three top buttons right here on the pedal, you're going to have the harmonic, and that's the fuzz itself, how much fuzz, the tone. Of course, we all know what that is. If you go all the way to the left, it's going to be darker. If you go all the way to the right, it's going to be brighter. And then also we have the volume of how much fuzz is coming through. And we could use that in this pedal as well, but you could use it straight away as itself. Let's see what that sounds like. Like I said, nobody's here for my playing, but that sounds pretty gnarly to me. It sounds kind of reminiscent of the Big Muff. Let's see how that tone knob is just a little bit. So I was wrong. When you turn it to the left, the brighter it gets, and when you turn it to the right, the darker it gets. But I mean, already as it is, I mean, it's not just a kind of second thought. It seems like this seems like a pretty decent fuzz. That's kind of awesome. Like I'd use it like standalone. So there's that. All right. So now for the attack and decay part of this. Again, nobody's here for my playing, so I'm just gonna kind of play some notes to kind of give you the gist of what that does. So the attack is going to be how long it takes a sound to reach its maximum volume, and the decay is going to be how long it takes for that to start trailing off. So I put the blend mode all the way up to the max so you get the full effect. And one thing about this is when you hit another note, the envelope starts over immediately. So it's not like it just continues with the two notes playing. It's going to cut right off. So let's say if I play notes back to back. You see how they all kind of have that? Versus if I let one just ring out. Right? So they all start back over if I were to play them back to back. If you're trying to be like really accurate, you have to be careful with the decay sound, because I feel like sometimes if you play a little bit too fast and just the raw sound without the envelope just kind of comes out. I've noticed playing with this, but you could get some swelling with chords as well too. I feel like you have to hit it all in one fast motion. If you kind of attack the chord kind of slow, it's gonna just catch that first note and the attack of that, and it's going to sound kind of wonky depending on what you're trying to do. So that's with that kind of to the max. If you could step it down and it's going to have more of the dry signal. I'm just going to go about half. As you can see, like the dry hits and then the effect kind of follows right after that. Right? A lot of cool things you could do with that, I'm sure. You could also still engage the fuzz part of this within that. So again, if you wanted to do that, you would have to have the pedal on, and then you're going to want to hit the harmonic preset button, just step on it, and it's on. That was accidental. But let's play some single notes. Right, and that's us with the blend on half. So let's see what that sounds like. Let's say a little bit closer to maximum. It's cool, we kind of have like these swelling fuzz chords. It's something I usually do with my volume, but some of you might be like, hey, I could just do that with my volume on my guitar, but trust me, that saves a lot of work. So, I mean, it depends on how you wanted to do it. So let's see. Let's turn it to maximum. Let's turn the attack up a little bit more. Just play around with this for a bit. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's turn the blend on. Let's see. So, again, nobody's here for my playing. You could find a lot of creative things, I'm sure, to do with that. Blending those, the clean sounds, letting the fuzz swell up. I think you could do something with the send and return. Again, I'm going to go more into depth, but this is more just to kind of let you know what you could do with this, like straight out of the box. Alright, and with the attack and decay function, you could also have it set to where the envelope just keeps re-triggering and going much like a tremolo, whereas before you would hit a note and as soon as the envelope ends, meaning the decay drops off, it just ends, that's it. But in this case, with this function where you would just hold the bypass and then step on the harmonic preset, it's just going to keep re-triggering. If you listen closely, I don't know if you could hear that, but you could hear the envelope re-triggering through my amp without me even playing anything. So let's just hit a couple of chords and just see what that sounds like. Right? So it kind of just continuously goes on like a tremolo. You could make that even faster if you want. Of course, if you were to turn these up, there wouldn't be so much sense to that because it's going to take a long time for the sound to reach its maximum volume, and then it's just going to hold, so you wouldn't really have much use for that. So let's see though here, but let's turn this a little bit faster. You can make this even kind of weirder, kind of. Make freak sounds when you're better prepared than me than just jumping on camera. So you can kind of just do some really weird stuff. I'm sure if you mess around with that, you can make that sound lovely. I like messed up stuff, so everything like that sounds lovely to me. But that is with the continuous envelope mode. And again, you're going to want to hold the bypass as you're turning it on, and then just step on the harmonic. You could actually still turn on the distortion in this mode. if you just really wanted to make something nasty. Like, if you've watched my other videos, like, I'm really much a fan of just disgusting sounds. So that really works out. Let's try something maybe a little bit less nasty. As you can see, like I said, it's just going to keep re-triggering, and that's probably because of the volume. Maybe the blend. I don't know if that goes away. No, it just keeps kind of re-triggering. Let's see. Nah. Seems like that stays on. So yeah, if it's loud enough, I think it just continuously triggers. You could probably turn the fuzz down enough to where it does not trigger, but that is that. Alright, last but not least, we have the poly mode. So what you're going to do for that, very simple pedal, it just has to be on, and you want to just tap poly mode, and it's going to engage that. Now, in the book, it says that the poly mode does things similar to Hog and the Pog. I have never played the Hog and the Pog by Electro Harmonix. I have friends that are fans of those. I don't really know what it sounds like. I'm just going to play what it sounds like when you engage it on this pedal. It is a little bit different than the mono. So what it says here in the book, it says poly mode is a modern twist on the attack decay concept in which each note you play has a separate envelope applied to it, independent of any of the notes that have been played or being sustained. Alright, so built-in technology, blah, 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 like the Hog and the poly. So it says it plays better when either one of these envelope parts is engaged, meaning turn the attack all the way down towards the left and then toggle between the, turn the decay all the way down towards the left and then toggle between the attack to get some certain sounds, or turn the attack all the way to the right and toggle with the decay to get some sort of sounds. Alright, so I've never played the Hog or the Pog. Again, like I said, I don't know how that sounds, but this is totally new to me, so I'm just going to show you some things that it sounds like. It's kind of weird, like almost like a swelling meowing sound. It's weird. Sounds like the mono mode, except for a little bit more fuller, it sounds like. Let's play around with this. Maybe let's add a little bit. They say it plays better with just one of these engaged, but let's just engage the other ones to see. It's kind of like a weird, almost detuned effect. What the? Did you hear that? This is all new to me, so I feel like it's like a weird swell. I don't know, but again, like I said, if you're familiar with the Pog and this is like not new to you, this is totally new to me. Let's see, let's turn this. Oh, there's a little something else going on in there. I don't know how to describe it. That is interesting. This is poly mode. Let's turn this up. There's something else happening there. Let's just turn it all the way up and just see. Seems like a regular swell. So we played a little bit with the attack. Well, actually, let's turn this down and just turn the attack all the way up just to see what that sounds like first. And then we'll start messing with the decay. And again, I'm just going to play chords just so you can kind of get a feel for it so I don't have to really think. Not too much there. I feel like you kind of got to back off. some really cool backward sounds like. Alright, so let's mess with the decay. Nothing there. Kind of sounds like a little light flanging. What the hell? Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what that is. Something, I could definitely hear something kind of like, some sort of weird, I don't know what. Let's try a little, now we'll just mess with just the decay first. Huh, there's some sort of like warbling sound. Let's turn it on. You could still use the distortion on this. Let's see if that amplifies it. I don't know what is going on with that. That is weird. Whoa, okay. As a person who loves to just makes textures, I'm gonna have a whole lot of fun with that. Again, bear with me. I said I've never played with this. I'm not trying to have you sit through a million years of me trying to figure it out. Again, I'm going to do another video messing with the send and return parts, so we'll probably hear more of that. That is crazy. Weird. Wow, that is really weird. Let's see, let's try out the guitar. Got neighbors, so I don't want to piss anybody off, but we have to hear. There's something weird going on under there. I can't really explain it. That's really odd. But yeah, I'm sure that you could do some really weird stuff messing around with those attack and decay settings. Alright. So yeah, there you have it. Actually, well, before we go, let's turn on distortions. Always an option. Definitely weird. Yeah, you can make a lot of weird texture with that. So, anyways, that is the gist of this bad boy. I'm sure there's a lot of gnarly, stellar sounds you could make with that. If you guys want to see me go in depth with maybe another section I might have skipped, just let me know in the comment section. Make another video again, like I said. So, yeah, we'll see you next time on another episode of Submarine Media.